We work for UN because we want to improve the life of the people, to help others to have better life.
Together, we can set targets, we can set objectives. Working together with government, it can be very, very rewarding to be able to see some tangible results.
We have to create safe environments for our people to work. We have to make sure that people have got safe places to live.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to RC Online. In selecting resident coordinators, we aim to identify the best candidates we can from across the UN system. Resident coordinators lead UN country teams which respond to national priorities, and they support countries in their efforts to achieve the Millennium Development Goals, to meet the climate change challenge, and respond to shocks like the economic, the food, and the fuel crises. With the position go other hats too.
The Humanitarian Coordinator is also the resident coordinator, so he has this double-headed function. In the event of a long-running complex emergency, a conflict situation, a sudden disaster, a flood, a hurricane, it's your job to organise a coordinated response to that emergency.
Under the circumstances, the best has been done, the best we can. WFP and the distribution for relief items, that is IOM with the UN system, has a capacity to attend, provided we have fuel, security, and the capacity to distribute to 1.5 million people.
Disasters are very common these days and will be increasingly common with climate change, so these responsibilities are likely to be more frequent for resident coordinators and for humanitarian coordinators.
I hope that you're seeking this job because you want to rise to the occasion, that you want to manage the programs that are critical to the United Nations. Well, that includes some security responsibilities. In many places around the world where the United Nations works, we put our people in tough situations, places where violence levels are high. I recognize that in many cases, this is an additional responsibility, but it's a responsibility that we believe is critical. It's a function that can enhance your capabilities as a resident coordinator, not just in times of emergency, but on a daily basis. You will liaise with senior security officials from the host government, such as the Ministry of Interior, to ensure that the host country authorities are aware of the United Nations security concerns. We've got to work together to ensure that we craft security programs that ensure that the United Nations stays and continues its critical work.
The resident coordinator is the most senior UN representative based in most developing countries. So the position offers a unique opportunity to make a difference. It is one of the most challenging and enriching career opportunities in our United Nations family.
We work for UN because we want to improve the life of the people, to help others to have better life, children to go to school, mother to afford nutrition food to their children, HIV/AIDS patients to get the antiviral drugs, and a hungry child able to get a meal, and farmers able to have a better crop, and also protection of human rights and these type of concern.
It's a job which requires a multiplicity of skills. To be able to tune your ear, to be able to pick up things which are said, things which are not said, you need to be a very good manager.
You know, you're suddenly going to be in a coordination role, but you're not really the boss. You're not there to give orders and tell everybody what to do. You're there to bring people around a common objective, a common set of activities and common results at the end.
What has been most rewarding for me has been to see where the UN has actually had an impact on the ground and has been able to make a difference in the lives of the people in the countries that we serve. We've been working with civil society and government partners and actually implementing an emergency response in 3 regions in Uzbekistan as a result of an outbreak of HIV infections amongst children in hospitals. And as a result of this, the number of infections have been controlled.
The work we've done in terms of under the leadership of WHO in rallying support for putting together a strategy to deal with the swine flu has been perfect in my experience.
I was leading developing a recovery plan for the post-Nargis response, and I was working with donor communities, I was working with national authorities, ASEAN and everybody, and we steered a process and we brought a fantastic product.
I think this is one of the most rewarding jobs that you can do. Bringing a lot of diverse actors together, actually making a difference on the ground, saving people's lives, preserving their livelihoods, giving them some opportunity to survive an appalling situation in a minimum of dignity. Then you can really say to yourself afterwards, when you can breathe a sigh of relief, I've actually made a difference. That's what I joined the United Nations for.
The UN's more necessary today than it's ever been. We've got a tougher job in many places around the world. Please rise to the occasion, pick up the reins, and let's move forward together.
For those of you who have the qualifications and the skill sets to be appointed as RCs, I encourage you to pursue the opportunities available to be considered in future. Thank you and good luck.